welcome back. So today I am doing a video on all about the Weight Watchers app. So I feel like I've gotten a ton of questions ever since I've started to do Weight Watchers related videos, as in my What I Eat a Day following the Weight Watchers Freestyle Program. So I just thought a lot of people are kind of confused. I only do Weight Watchers online. So when you sign up through Weight Watchers, you can either choose to do the meetings or just the online program. Now the meetings, you would go in and you would weigh in, find a meeting location near you, you would weigh in, and then you can choose to stay for the meetings or not. And that is, you know, great for some people who really need that. I have personally in the past done meetings, and at this point in my journey, I decided this time when I signed up that I was 100% accountable to myself, and I could weigh at home, be accountable for weighing at home, because I'm using the weigh-ins as data, and I feel like weighing myself butt naked, like not even a booger in my nose when I weigh myself, is way better, and getting an accurate weight throughout the week for me, because I weigh every single day and just use the number as data so that I can see the fluctuations throughout the week. When I was weighing at Weight Watchers, it was like, if you don't weigh this, if you don't wear the same clothing, if you can't make the meeting in the morning and you can only make it in the afternoon, and you've eaten or you've drank so much water or whatever, can affect the data. And then if I get that number in my head, some days when I weigh, I can weigh a certain number and I can drop 3 or 4 pounds the next day because I'll have my whoosh. But I only know that because I know the way my data works, because I've been tracking it for a year. I've weighed myself every single day. So previously when I was at Weight Watchers, I would take the number that was presented to me and say the number was maybe 0.4 pounds less than the last week. I would get in my head because I'd be like, oh my gosh, I didn't lose any weight this week. And it would discourage me. My whole mood would shift, and then I was less likely to be following plan the next day or even subsequently after that, because I'd be so discouraged and focused so much on that. I just feel like for me now, when I weigh myself, I'm like, okay, that's what I weighed today. I take an average really throughout the week, because I can know every single data point throughout that week of how much I weighed. I take it first thing in the morning, no clothes on, like I said, not even a watch, no scrunchie, not even a booger. I pee, I do whatever. Your weight can fluctuate based on if you've taken a dump or, like, you know, how much water you've drank, if you've worked out. There are so many ways that your body fluctuates water weight or fluctuates its weight. And so there are many reasons that you can fluctuate weight. However, I would let that get in my head. Now I try and use it, like I said, for data. So that's one of the reasons why I decided to do only online, which I know that's a long-winded answer, but I just wanted to tell you everything in this video, because I've had a lot of people ask me the decision to do online versus going into the meetings. I think you personally need to choose what works for you. A lot of people I know like to go into those meetings. It makes them feel accountable. They like to only weigh once a week, and that's just the stage that they're at. Like I said, for me, I just moved to a different stage where I just try to not focus so hard on the number. And if I was doing that once a week, I feel like it's not as much, I feel like it's missing information for me. If I'm weighing one time a week and I'm comparing it to that last week, it's just missing information, where I feel like if I have all the information, I can look at it better. So that's personally how I feel, and also that answers the question of why I weigh every day. Now, moving on. So I decided to do Weight Watchers online. So there are 2 different prices. One, if you want to go into the meetings, is a little bit more, and one, if you want to do Weight Watchers online. Which, PS, by the way, I do have a code down below. If you are a part of Weight Watchers, you also will get this code. When you sign up, you can click a thing and you can share your code with other people, and that gets you a free month and then me a free month. If you share your code with one of your friends who signs up, or someone you know who signs up with your code, you'll get a free month, and then they will get a free month. So it's just a way of sharing, and you know, that saves you and that person, or you and me, a little bit of money for a month. So I will leave my code down below if by any chance you decide to sign up for Weight Watchers and you'd like to use it. It's good for that. So anyways, no pressure. So what I wanted to do was just to start with going into the Weight Watchers app, because I have so many questions of really how I use it, and this is maybe like my mom even said, like, do people need to know how to use that? Because I always tell her, like, it's foolproof. But I'm not calling anyone a fool. I'm just saying there's a lot of technology that sort of changes, or way apps change, and I feel like if you can take away the intimidating factor of trying to learn how to use something and going through it step by step, it's helpful. And but once you get the hang of it, I feel like it will be really easy. So don't be intimidated by feeling like you're not sure how to use the app. So first of all, what you're going to do is, when you start out, you're going to go into the Weight Watchers app, and it's going to ask you a bunch of questions. Now, it's going to ask you if you are wanting to lose weight or maintain weight, and this is how they gauge how many points you get. If you're a breastfeeding mom, if you are pregnant, there is no program for you, but they do have it for breastfeeding moms, and so you will get extra amount of point values. So Weight Watchers assigns points to foods. So they've kind of switched the program a lot, and I know that the way that they're doing things now they are focusing on foods that have a ton of protein, like Greek yogurt, beans, fish, chicken. Those all, and like fruits and veggies, all have 0 point value. So there's over 200 foods that have 0 point value. Those foods are just, you can have them whenever. However, I follow the program where I am careful about the amount of 0 point foods that I have, because they still have calories. And ultimately, if you want to lose weight, you need to stay in a calorie deficit. However, Weight Watchers sets it up that you can have these and still lose weight. You just have to, if your weight is sort of stalling or anything, you just have to adjust, and I will be careful on the amounts of how not overindulging in 0 point foods like eggs and all that kind of stuff, because still you can up your calories by those 0 point foods, even though, you know, you can overdo fruits and vegetables even. So anyways, there's so many 0 point foods, but Weight Watchers assigns an allotted amount of points. So the way that they configure those is your age, your gender, and if you would like to lose weight, and they sort of have you set your goal, and then they decide the amount of points for how much you weigh, how tall you are, your age, your gender, and you know what your goal is. I'm a female who is 5 foot, almost 7. I'm 5'6" and like 3/4, and I am 37 years old. So, and I have a goal of losing weight, and so it will calculate how many points. So now, when I started this out, I weighed 240. So it calculates the points out at a higher rate when you're starting out, and the lowest amount of points you can get a day is 23. So as you lose weight, you will notice that your point value changes. Now, you get a certain amount of points a day, and then you get what is called weeklies. So now you can earn more weeklies if you're working out, or you know, if you have your activity. I have my activity linked to my Apple Watch. So on my health app, it will tell my Weight Watchers app how much activity I'm doing every single week. So it calculates that, it calculates all my steps, it takes that into consideration, and then it transfers those into weekly points. So I start out my week, I think, with 35 weekly points, and every day I get 23 points. So I'm down, I've lost enough weight that I'm at the lowest point value. And I think when I got under 200 pounds was when I noticed, maybe like in the 190s, I noticed that it dropped me to having, I think it was like the 190s when it dropped me to having 23 points, because I was trying to figure out when your points drop. They drop slowly, okay, but everyone who's on Weight Watchers knows the burn when you're used to eating. I think I started out at 27 points, and I weighed 240 at that point. And so it sort of started taking them away one by one as I lost weight, and it was like the day would be like RIP, like rest in peace, when a point would be taken away from me, because you get so used to eating that amount of points. Maintenance stage, you get 28 points. So that's what happens when you go up there. But like I said, the lowest point value you can get is 23 points. So every day I have 23 points. And so I'm just going to zoom in and show you. So I have the 35 weeklies. Some people eat their weeklies. I personally don't. But I know a lot of people who have theories of eating their weeklies really helps them stay on track. Sometimes I'll dip into my weeklies where I'll have a few days where I'll eat like 26 points or something, and it automatically takes away from your weeklies at that point. A lot of people don't eat their weeklies because if they earned fit calories for their activity, which I'll show you. So right here, you have this tab over here that says activity. And when you click that, it sort of tells you how many steps. So mine just started over counting for the week. And so it's just telling you how many steps I already have this week, which is today I've already done 9,567 steps. And so it gives me 8 out of the 50 fit points that I earn in a week. Now, most weeks I get over 150 fit points because, like I said, I have this connected to my watch. And so because of that, this says right here exactly how to connect your app and sync it to your activity tracker. So right here under on your activity is where you're going to do that. So it goes through step by step, but it tells me exactly, like, this is my weigh-in day, so I should add my weight today of how much I weigh. So if I weigh every day, so it's no problem, but this is where once a week this app wants me to sort of weigh in and give like an estimate, like how much I've lost, basically for the app's sake, because that's like what it would do if you were going to a meeting. But anyways, it tells you like giving me for the steps and how much I walk. So I walked for an hour, so it gave me 6 activity points. Now these points sometimes are transferred into your weeklies, so you can get more weeklies if you have activity points. So that's why I don't necessarily always eat my weekly points, is because I feel like it's not worth it for me, because I'm working out and I want to try and keep myself in a calorie deficit, so I just don't dip into those. But a lot of people do, and they find success with it. So I'm gonna link some channels that I watch on Instagram that really kind of go into eating their weeklies, and they see greater losses with eating their weeklies and say you shouldn't be afraid to eat your weeklies. So like I said, I'm just telling you what I do personally, because I get so many questions about that. So I want to be upfront on like how I do it, but I don't eat my weeklies, and maybe at a certain point I will eat them, but at this point I just sort of have them as like a cushion for if I go out to eat and I really want to have my weeklies. Now I just want to show you really how you go about plugging food in. So this right here has a little scanner button right up here at the top. So that's my profile picture. Right under that is where the scanner button is. So now if you do not know how much a food is, you can go ahead and press this button. It's going to give you like your camera, which is facing backwards, and it's going to have you scan the food. So I'm going to go ahead and show you, because I have a food here that I'd like to scan that I had this morning, and I'm just going to show you how I plug it in. I've been drinking this oat milk. This is the So Delicious dairy-free oat milk, and I could type it in, which I'll show you the spot to do that, but I'm going to just scan this. So it just quickly scans it. It tells you exactly what the product is. So it says up here, So Delicious Snickerdoodle Oat Creamer. You can add with the star right here, you can add this to your favorites if it's something that you eat often, and I'll show you where you can access your favorites list. But you put that right there. It tells you what the serving size is for this point, and it's 1 tablespoon. Now if I know I had 2 tablespoons and I want to add that, which I did today, I would do 2 tablespoons, and so it can go here. If it's measured in other things, if you had a cup, you can scan it here, the milliliters, fluid ounces, cup, teaspoon, and tablespoon, and you can change that, and it will adjust the points based off of whatever you're plugging in there. So this says for 1 tablespoon is 15 milliliters. So if I wanted to measure it in milliliters, I could do, 30 milliliters, which would be 2 serving sizes. And I know that it's 25 calories, which down here, if you scroll down, it does give you the calories. So it added my 2 tablespoons, tells me 50 calories, how much fat. So all that information is already plugged into sort of the system once you scan the item. So I'm gonna just go ahead and choose that for the mealtime that I had it. I had it for breakfast, so I'm gonna put the sun, and you just go ahead and track the food. So then if I'm gonna go back, it takes away the 2 points that I had for that this morning. And so there you go, it shows you I have 21 more points left. I've used 2 for the day, and I still have my 35 weeklies. Every single day, you want to sort of get a blue dot right here, which I'll show you. I typically get a blue dot. This is last week. I get a blue dot every day because I try and get my blue dot. It's like that thing that shows you that you're within the healthy eating range. Now, the healthy eating range is you can either eat where you have 10 points left for the day, or you have 5 points over that you've used. So that still gets you in the healthy eating range, and that gives you the blue dot. That just shows you like you're on track. You know, you didn't go over, you didn't go under, you just like were right in that good range. So you aim for a blue dot, and then I'll just scroll down here. This just shows where you can track your weight. You click here and you track your weight, which I'm not going to show you all my weight data in this video, but I will at some point show you guys how much. I told you I started at 240 and how long it took me to lose everything and how much weight I lost. I am going to go over all that. I'm just not going to do it in this video, but you track your weight right there. So if you click there, it just gives you, like, you press that button and it gives you track your weight, it gives you the date, and then you just put it in. And then here's your code. If you scroll down, here's your code that you can click to share with someone, and you can copy and paste it and send it to people. And then also it has different recipes, so you can scroll here and find different recipes if you're looking for something. And then it has the app, the Surrey app, so there's just a plethora of information. And then also down here for the extras, it shows you where recipes are. If you want to just discover different recipes, you can go under the point values for them, or you can go under your favorite recipes that you've created, which I'll show you how that is. So I'm just going to show you. These are my favorite food lists that I've put that star next to. These are things that I eat quite often, so if I ever want to go to them and just easily plug them in, I can. And then also, if you scroll all the way down at the bottom, it says create a recipe. So it will show you how to create a recipe. Okay, so I'm going to show you this right here. So first of all, you add the name of the recipe, and then you go down to how many servings you want to make. So say I'm going to make like a quiche. I want to cut it into 4 slices. So I want to know how many points are 4 slices going to be. So I put that it's going to serve 4. And then you go down here to ingredients, and you add each ingredient that you're going to put into your recipe. So then it will take all those ingredients and all the points in those ingredients and divide it by however many servings you put, and it will give you the points per serving. And then you can go ahead and add that when you are looking for like how to add something. If you're creating your own recipe at home, then it will save that recipe. Quick, I forgot to say here at the very top, this search bar right here, you can use this and you can type in any food item you want on that search bar, and it will give you the point value for any food that you're looking for. If you go back to this page and you want to find something, I go into the search food part, and right here on this bottom bar, and then it gives you the barcode scanner, and then over here if you go to my food, it shows you the recipes. These are all the recipes that I've created, so you can access all of them. So if you know, like I have my pizza here, 1 serving is the entire pizza, so I put all the ingredients in right here, and it just tells you it's 7 points for that whole thing. Foods, it tells you certain foods that I added to this because I couldn't find the calories. So I will show you how to do that. You can do things where if you can't find it, you can create it yourself, and if you know that you're going to use it. So these are all the things that I've created myself, like 0-carb bagels, protein cookies, HEB sourdough pretzels. So all the foods that I couldn't find a listing for when I scanned, so I went ahead and created it by myself. So here's how you do that. If you know the nutrients on a food, like you're looking at the back, let's just say that this did not have anything. But if I'm gonna go and I look right here at the back, I'm gonna plug in a certain amount of information here, and it's going to give you the point value per serving. So if I know the calories, the fat, the carbs, it tells you which ones are required and which ones are optional. So the required ones are the calories, the saturated fat, the sugar, the protein, and then you're required to give the name. So you go ahead and create it, and it will tell you how many points that item is, and then you can plug it in from there, and it will save it if you are creating a new food item that you think you're probably going to have again. So it will save all of the ones that you've kind of looked up and created to see how much things are. Most people have it scanned in, and the app sort of saves that information, because I have a lot of things that I scan and it's like, oh, already created by Linda. Do you want to use this? And so I'll go ahead and use it. So it's a smart app. It gathers all the information, and usually someone has already entered the data in there. So anyways, so also, if you know what you're making, and like, just let's say the new Built Bars weren't really in here, the peanut butter ones, those were 4 points. I knew it was 4 points, or I knew whatever I was eating was 4 points. Or if I just want to be lazy and be like, I know what I ate, or I'm just going to guesstimate because I couldn't figure out, like if I'm at a restaurant or something and it wasn't coming up, I will do the quick add. So you go to quick add, and it just asks you the name of it, the point value. So like sometimes the Built Bars, before they were in here, the peanut butter ones, I knew they were 4 points. I just put 4 points, and I plugged it in as a snack, and then I tracked it. So it will just go ahead and you can do a quick add. So that way, even if you're lazy and like some days it's like, oh yeah, I had all this stuff, but I know how many points it was in my head, but I don't feel like listing everything out, you can just go ahead and quick and be like dinner. Sometimes I just do like however many points I know I had for dinner, and then just plugging it in there. Now, a lot of people do not add their 0 point foods because they don't want to count it, because it doesn't count towards this. I do, because it does give you the calories on those. And then if I ever want to go up and add through my day and see how many calories I ate, if I'm not consistently losing weight and I just want to make sure I'm in a calorie deficit, because if I am eating too many 0 point foods, then I can go back and look and be like, oh, okay, look, I was eating way more calories. I wasn't in a calorie deficit. And so that's probably why my progress has stalled a little bit. So I go ahead and keep track of every single thing. That's what works for me, is tracking every single item that I eat, and then that way I have a running list, so I can scroll back through all the days and just be like, what did I eat this day? Okay, I ate 23 of my things. I had 42 points remaining on my weeklies this day. This tells me it was the week of September 16th through the 22nd. It was a Wednesday. I had a quiche in the morning, the bagels, nachos, salmon, even though the salmon is 0 points. So it goes through and it lists every single thing. So like I said, it will tell me all of the calories from all the times that I have plug that information in. Okay, over here I clicked this little button right here. This is next to here, and this is your calendar, so that's going to be your daily thing. And then this right here is going to show you how many wins you have. If you're tracking like your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner, your weight, you get wins. So if you track your lunch, your dinner, it will give you amount of wins. So I track my breakfast and my activity already today, so I got 5 wins for each of those. The amount of wins you get, you can trade them in for items, certain amount of items. I think you have to get 2,000 wins to trade in for your first item. Up to 5,000 wins you can trade in for another thing. I've already traded in twice, and then now I'm back up to 3,420. So I can trade in soon, but I'm kind of saving them because I don't really have anything. You can also give somebody else your wins if you want to. This down here tracks your blue dots for the whole time. This down here would just kind of say congratulations for different milestones you've reached. Okay, this button over here will show you just the different people's stories, and you can kind of leave comments. I don't really do that, but a lot of people really like to use this for the community, so I don't necessarily do that. And then this one over here, you can go ahead and ask questions. If you want to track your weight and see your progress, you would click on this little picture right here. It would take you to your profile, which shows you like charts of your weight loss. It will show you, like, you know, hopefully going downwards, the charts of your weight loss. It shows you every single weight weigh-in, how much you've lost, and it shows you all the awards. Like when you lose like 25 pounds, you get like a little charm that they send you in the mail. Even if you're doing it online, I've gotten my charms in the mail. So it will keep track and like give you like the congratulations, you've lost this amount of weight. So anyways, that is the app. I really hope that I showed you guys really how to use it and how I like it. I hope that that made sense and really made it feel like if you had a question about something, you're really wanting to know like how to track it, that I answered your question. Please ask me any question that you want to know. If I have the answer or if I can help you in any way, I will do so. If you are interested in signing up for Weight Watchers, again, I'm going to leave that information down below. Feel free to use my code to get that free month, or if you know somebody else that you really like and you'd like to give them a free month as well, ask them for their code and you can get their code, and then you and that other person can get a free month if you don't feel comfortable using mine. If you do use my code, thank you so much, but just be aware that I am getting a free month as well. So that's just, I just want to be upfront with that and let you know you'll get that free month, I'll get that free month, but if you don't feel comfortable with that, like I said, find somebody else that you do feel comfortable giving them a free month and do so, but at least get yourself a free month, you know, I mean, at the very least. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, if you have any questions, leave them down below. Also, please follow me on Instagram. I try and post like little Instagram things on my stories with like tips or favorite foods that I'm eating, more so than this channel. I kind of update a little bit more often as far as like it goes Weight Watchers. I do want to try and keep my channel beauty related, and as well as this lifestyle change. However, I do more daily things with weight loss and posting more pictures on there. So please check that out, and I will leave that link down below. My Instagram name is Mrslolalynn Mitchell. So thank you guys so much for watching, and good luck to anyone who is taking that first step in starting Weight Watchers, and to all of you who are on it, or WW. I know they like rebranded, and we're supposed to call it WW now, but anyways, whoever's on WW or whoever's thinking of starting it, yeah, just good luck to everyone. I know that it can feel lonely sometimes, but if you do work this plan, the reason that I love it so much is I feel like I can have whatever I want. It's just like taking the points away, and almost like a bank account. I got $23 in my bank account, and whatever I choose to spend that on is what I choose to spend that on. And when it's gone, it's gone. And that's just, at that point, you have to make sacrifices for what you want the most and kind of configure it. So, yeah, that's how I think of Weight Watchers, but I like it because I don't want anyone telling me, no, you can't have bread, or no, you can't have this, or whatever. So that's why I like Weight Watchers, because I feel like I can have anything. Also, if you like wine or if you like beer, you can have those things. I think a glass of wine is 4 points, so, or maybe 4 ounces of wine is 4 points. But anyways, it's worth it to you. If that's worth it to you, you save those points. You have it every dang day if you want to. I know a lot of people who sort of just save, like, I know every single day I'm gonna have a Built Bar, and so I plug that in the very first part of the day because I'm like, I already know I'm gonna have every day I have one. So those are 3 points. So the peanut butter Built Bars are 4 points. But it's like a candy bar every day, and that has like kept me on track. That's been one of the main things that's kept me on track, because it's like that sweet thing for me, and that's something that makes me feel like I'm not missing anything. So if you've never tried a Built Bar, I talk about them pretty much in every single video, and it's for no other reason, but I really feel like they came in clutch for me in this weight loss journey. So I will leave that link down below. You can get 10% off if you're interested in them. But anyways, that's the same thing as wine. For some people, it's like, if you know that's what you really like, then just go ahead and make your day throughout having those points allotted for that glass of wine at the end of the day. So anyways, with all things, your favorite things, make sure you include them so that you feel like you're really living your best life. And I feel like with Weight Watchers, I am living my best life because I don't feel deprived, and that's super important. But another tip for you is that some days if you are hungry, you're not gonna die. You're not gonna die from being hungry. Go to bed hungry and you'll wake up in the morning still alive, I promise you. Anyways, I've already said thanks for watching a million times, but yeah, goodbye. I'm just gonna sign off. I'll see you guys all in my next video. Mwah.